India, a land defined by its culture and mysticism, where contrasts meet and challenge each other for survival. Nature and construction, the rich and poor. We dig deeper into a fascinating district within the mega city of Mumbai and learn more about the ever-intriguing world of the slums, their way of life, the way of Dharavi.
Flow, pull the mask sharply towards you. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally.
Vandaag was de eerste dag in Indië. Het was veel opeens. Niet alleen de indrukken van Indië, maar ook de indrukken die we gekregen hebben van onze eerste kennismaking met Vinod. Vinod is de verantwoordelijke voor de Acorn Foundation. Acorn Foundation is eigenlijk een sociale vereniging die zich bezighoudt met de mensen die in de slums eigenlijk het afval gaan sorteren en zich ook bezighoudt met het afval sorteren zelf.
The Dharavi community is located within the heart of Mumbai and is only accessible via small bridges and narrow passages. Dharavi consists of several organizations with an objective to engage people to actively process and recycle waste. One of those organizations is the Acorn Foundation.
Can you explain me the process of recycling the paper here?
The first is the color sorting they do. White paper has been sorted out different way and color papers have been taken out in different places.
इनका प्राइस दोनों को अलग-अलग है
because they have different costs. So consider this sheet of label is one different kind of plastic. So this, while first stage, while they sort it out in different ways. So this is one sorted out differently, then this cap is one sorted out differently, and this ring is removed and it is again sorted out differently. So basically sorting has three different stages. First one is the color sorting, second is the thickness and wideness of the type of plastic we have, and third is the sound.
The waste gets sold or reprocessed into useful materials. The people of Dharavi have to work 12 hours per day to get paid. Dharavi is a workers' colony, a densely populated area where people live and work together.
Dat zijn mensen die gezegd hebben van kijk, oké, dit is wat ik kan doen. Dit is waar dat ik geld mee kan verdienen en ik doe dat gewoon, ik klaag daar niet om. Ik ben blij met mijn leven, ik ga andere mensen niet lastigvallen, ik ga niet bedelen. Ik ga gewoon doen wat ik kan doen en ik ga ervoor zorgen dat mijn kinderen naar school kunnen, dat ik voor mijn eigen gemeenschap kan zorgen, voor mijn eigen kinderen kan zorgen.
Begging is below their status. Processing waste is their way to make an income. With the small amount of money they make, they finance their modest homes.
How is the layout? Like how many rooms are there in the building, and which rooms?
Okay. So the first thing is that there is only one room in all the houses.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the thing for the first.
So how many people are living in this house?
Dharavi 6 जन रह रहे हैं.
Okay, there are 6 of them staying over here.
3 एंट्री मारेंगे कल.
And there would be more 3 of the guys who would be coming to stay over here from tomorrow onwards. So there would be 9 of them sleeping over here from tomorrow.
Has he built this house himself?
ये घर तुमने खुद बनाया है?
भाड़े का.
Okay, he has not built this himself. He is staying over here on rent. He has to pay a depository amount of 10,000 rupees, and he pays 2,500 rupees every month.
Een van de dingen die we vandaag ook gemerkt hebben tijdens de rondleiding in de slums is dat het niet een opeenstapeling is van een aantal hutjes eigenlijk, maar dat er echt een structuur in zit. En je hebt echt je hebt een marktplaats, je hebt een school, je hebt een moskee, je hebt de straat eigenlijk bij wijze van spreken van zoals wij hier in België de Chinese straat hebben of Chinatown hebben ze daar ook een deel waar dat dan eigenlijk de moslims wonen, een deel waar dat een andere gemeenschap woont.
Mumbai has a fair amount of diversity of people and classes. The middle and high class have their own thoughts about Dharavi.
How do you think about the slums?
I think the slums is a part of life. You get used to it.
A cartel. Everything is a cartel. Even the rag pickers is a cartel. Because what is Dharavi's biggest business? Waste. Because waste costs nothing, and whatever you make from it is your profit.
The government doesn't want the slums to be there because it gets bad reputation, because people film the slums and it gets a bad reputation. India gets a bad reputation, but at the other hand, they do kind of support the slums because they give them free electricity and they give them free...
They definitely have access to it all. You will have some pretty well-to-do people over there. I don't think they're all poor anymore. But it did develop as the poor man's housing. I mean, look, it's filthy. There are canals for the waste. When you walk by, do you see it? That is a breeding ground for disease. You know, the day dengue and malaria hits down because of the monsoons, can you imagine what it looks like in the monsoons? The houses get flooded, and it's absurd the way they build their second level. I don't know how safe it is.
They live their lives on their own terms, their way, sometimes at the cost of their own health.
Ja, we gaan deze heel kort houden, want het stinkt hier buiten ongelooflijk. Ze zijn plastic aan het verbranden, dus hetgeen wat ze niet kunnen recycleren wordt hier verbrand. En ik heb daar 5 minuten in gezeten en dat pakt direct op je luchtwegen. Dat stinkt ongelooflijk. Je krijgt er irritatie van in je ogen. Dus,
Because of people's desperation to find a job, they're ready to work in any conditions. They don't mind the hazardous conditions. They do not complain about the pollution.
pictures?
Okay, so these pictures are basically the place where we are standing right now. There was a project implemented by the government. It's called Pipeline Project. When this project was implemented, all the slums you can see over here, were been demolished, and the people staying over here were shifted and rehabilitated to a place called Govandi outside Mumbai. This pipeline has been cleaned out. This is the BMC pipeline, water supply pipeline for our city, Mumbai.
And the conditions that they're now in, they're in good conditions, or
If you consider kind of forget regarding the transportation stress, then they are in good condition. They are in flats, and they are much bigger places than they were staying over here. What I showed you inside the pics we were taken, it was from the place over here. There were houses on this side and on that side of those two pipelines. And this is the BMC water supply pipelines, main pipelines. They say kind of it was pressurized for the government to clean it up to protect this pipeline of water supply, so that the water doesn't get contaminated.
and now the people can tap water over there.
Yeah, there is it's kind of a key thing, so that they kind of see that generally BMC officials kind of come over here, they see that, check out the water, how much contamination or it's proper. So that's the key for that. But generally people over here rather time use it for bathing and those sort of things.
Ik ga zo dadelijk bellen naar het Institute of Architecture and Environment. Nu, het probleem is, ik heb net een mail gehad van Kishore, dus de persoon die we gisteren ontmoet hebben. En die zegt dat het eigenlijk helemaal niet zo makkelijk is om daar binnen te geraken. En dat we ook moeten oppassen met wat we zeggen. Want de bedoeling is eigenlijk om uiteindelijk plannen vast te krijgen van Dharavi. En ook plannen van wat dat de overheid van plan is met Dharavi. Maar dat mogen we dus momenteel nog niet zeggen. Dat moeten we daar in persoon vragen. Good morning, this is Katrien speaking. Can I speak to Ratika, please?
Just hold on, just I'm transferring it.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes?
Hello?
Yes?
Just hold on.
Hello. This is Katrien speaking. I was wondering if you already talked to the director.
Yeah, but the director won't be available, but there's some other faculty who is also working on the similar project. So you could come around 1:30.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, the government is planning to tear it down and to build new things. So I just wanted to know what the plans for Dharavi are actually.
Okay. It was the case of tearing it down in 2002 when a plan was proposed by an architect, and the whole plan looked at mostly like a tabula rasa approach, where clean up the whole thing, have 40-story buildings, 40 and maybe more, and house all of them into that building, and free land for foreign investors to invest. We all protested. And Kamla Reja, where you are right now, is a school that believes in working with the city.
The government needs them because they're the people who vote, who go there and put their thumb imprint, because a lot of them don't know how to sign. And so the government encourages them. And, in a country like ours, which is an emerging country or a developing country, the governments never really want people to grow out of their shell, because then they can become too powerful. So they like to run a country like this because it's much easier for them. Did you know, for example, that a boy living in Dharavi studying in candlelight, only in the nights, working during the day, ranked very high in the local school examination. Now that speaks very highly about their talent, about their determination, about their focus.
Dharavi's community has grown to the point where they don't need the government. The government needs them. Deep within Dharavi runs a rich seam of talent. When just a few realise their innate abilities, it makes a world of difference for the entire community.
Presenting Dharavi Rocks.
What we do is we play on all junk or what you call recycled material. Drum barrels, oil cans, waste material.
The electricity and all the stuff that they get, do they get it from the government?
Yeah, they get it from the government.
At one point the government is then supporting them, and at the other point they don't really like them being
they're supporting them, and they know that they are actually generating an economy. I can show you people who does business with China every week. Okay, there are people who travel to China every week. They speak Chinese from Dharavi. They had this is the 4th and 5th generation who's working here. They are economically strong.
A lot of people who come from overseas go to Dharavi to buy leather jackets. And it's actually made in Dharavi. In fact, you should go and see some of the shops there. You'll see some very good quality leather jackets, leather bags, leather gloves, leather trousers, made in Dharavi, sold in Dharavi.
Dharavi does not seem to be the place that people generally think it is. Dharavi is not an out-of-control society, but an evolved economy that Mumbai needs.
If Bombay is contributing around 25% of GDP for the nation, Dharavi is giving you some around 6 to 7%.
Amusement and pleasure bring them together. The people of India don't shy away from attention. They express their joy in an exuberant way and get themselves noticed.
They have such a good time in life. Sometimes I wonder to myself, what makes them so happy? And really, what does make them so happy is the freedom. They don't have the kind of complications that we have in our society. So I think it's a good life that they're leading.
They're all happy. Snot running down the nose and clothes like that, and the kids are playing with little empty tin cans, rolling rubber tires along with just plain wood pieces.
Your research and your work can help the people of Dharavi and even change the lives of a few people. I will happily support your research, and I'm very happy that you even thought of doing this research, and the fact that from all the things and from all over the world you have chosen to do your research in Dharavi and even think about it shows that there is hope in the world.
1 million citizens living in an area covering less than a square mile, where the luxury of space is defined on a whole other level, where talent and independence are key, where people seize every chance they get.